Hello and welcome to my channel where we make structural engineering design simple and easy. My name is Olodukonyede and I'm your host. I want to say big thank you to everyone who has subscribed to this channel, and those who are yet to subscribe, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. So many people has been asking some question which we will be answering today. How do you determine the depth of your beams, and how do you determine your reinforcement if you want to do a quick check? Basically, when you are vetting a drawing or you are giving a drawing to construct, this today's topic will be empirical way of determining your beam size and also your reinforcement. So you may not have all the time to open your software to start designing your structure, or a younger engineer might have done the design and it was given to you to vet without even doing any calculation. I want to show you some quick ways to just verify if the design is okay. So the first thing you do now, this is a typical slab and beam layout. So the first thing you need to do here is to determine the distance or the span of the beam. The span of the beam. If you can determine the span of the beam, then you can easily know what to do. So from looking at this span, when I do my design, this triangle, this circle, you may be asking what it is, but this is it. So anywhere you see the columns terminating at that floor, we put a triangle, but where the column starts at the floor, we put a circle. Where it terminates, we put a triangle. So from here, this column terminates here, while this one starts from here. So if you're looking at the span of this beam, it will now be this plus this, which is 1688 plus 3902. So we are having 5.59 span here. Then from here now to here is 4.393. So this is how we determine it. Then this slab, this beam now is carrying this other one, so meaning it's carrying this slab and also this beam. So this is a point load on this beam, and there's another point load here on this same beam. So it's a very heavy beam. So what I normally do, if my span is above 4 meters, like here, this is like 3.9, almost 4 meter, anything above 4 meter, at most 4.5 meters, I use 450 beam depth. But anything above that, within 1 to 4 meter, 4.5, I use 450 beams. But if it's above 4.5 or 4 meter thereabout, depending on what I do, I use 600. It's just my empirical way of analyzing. But if it's not, if you want to use 450, you can, but your reinforcement may be heavier. So but the deeper the beam, the lesser the reinforcement. So that is how I do mine. Then if you look here now, from here, this is the support now from here to here, which is 6.35. I'll still use 600 depth. So this is how I do it. And also for me now, to get the reinforcement, how I do it is typically is, if I'm having 3 meter span beam at 450 depth, I use 3y16 bottom. Then at the support, I add 1 to the span, so it will now be 4y16 supports at the top. Then, so like what I'm saying here is, this is 4 meter, this is 4 meter. If I want to do my empirical, okay, now this is 600. If I want to do mine, I can do, for this now, because of the depth, I can do 4y16 or 4y16 at the support, or 3, depending on what is carrying, 3y16. But if it is a 450 beam, for this one now, if it's a 450 beam, I will use 4y16 bottom plus 1 for the span, which will now be 5y16 top. But since it's a 600 beam, we could do 4 here, and we could do 4 here. We could make this one 4. to you. So that's what we will do. We will be glad to respond to you. So we'll end the video here. But if you know it was helpful, please let us know in the comments. And if you still have a question, feel free to let us also know. So until I come again next time, I say remain blessed. Thanks.